What's Next with Danny Coleman. Tonight, Danny's guests include they create ultimate sounds of Motown, R&B, funk, soul, and disco. From Midnight Sun TTL, Gus Matt and Matt DiGiovanni. Then, from the Disney Princess Song Show, Theodocia and his band is a six-piece, all-original powerhouse, once described as a love child of Black Sabbath and James Brown. From Laurita and The Mischief, Laurita. Hang around, have some fun, have some laughs, maybe hear a few jokes. Ladies and gentlemen, here is your host, Danny Coleman.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to yet another episode of What's Next with Danny Coleman.
And Maryann Castello.
And I am Danny Coleman.
And I'm Maryann Castello.
Together we are...
What's Next?
What is next?
I know what's next.
If you watched last week's episode, you saw comedian Mike Marino, who had a big show at the New Jersey Performing Arts Center. And Ms. Maryann purchased Mike's underwear. No, wait, that's not Mike's underwear. But Mike was selling these.
And he signed it.
Actually,
thank you.
We've got some footage. Well, we have some still photos. Art, put them still photos up. Put the one up with Mike Marino signing. He was a little nervous, Mike. Check that out.
But you know what's great? When I purchased these, they told me they were unisex. Are you going to model them for us on What's Next? As a sponsor?
We'll be right back with What's Next with Danny Coleman.
No. Would you like to try them?
Get the bat.
Yeah, but there's...
Hey, Vinny, get the bat.
Hey, Vinny. You want Vinny to get the bat for me? Probably. But are you worried these won't fit?
I know they won't fit.
Have that problem fixed. I found a nice big pair we can have.
Oh, that's just lovely.
Wasn't that lovely?
There's a joke that goes with that. But also want to thank or welcome our other sponsors.
He's turning red, folks. I love it.
Our other sponsors tonight are Monmouth Music of Red Bank, New Jersey, and Flying Dreams.
Yes.
Rich Shalanda's Flying Dreams, as well as, we got somebody else. Is that it?
I think that's it.
No. Long Branch Cable, Channel 20. So if you're watching us on Long Branch Cable Channel 20, we want to say hello and thank you for allowing this into your house or your computer or your phone, or there's so many options.
There are nowadays.
Do you have a television?
No.
Me either. So I can't even watch myself unless I go online. And if you don't have internet, oh well. Should we bring back the t-shirt challenge again? Because look at the clothes I have to wear, because the underwear challenge.
That's what I'm saying.
Send Mare your underwear, and she will waddle them. No. Will you?
Well, I don't know.
Send your underwear in, and I will wear them on my head.
There you go. That sounds like a great idea.
Why not?
Opening the mail.
No. Who opens our mail anyway? What's next? COA. What's next? COA@gmail.com. The t-shirt challenge, if you want to send us a t-shirt, or send me a t-shirt, or Mare a t-shirt, extra large, and we will wear it on the air, and you'll be a sponsor of this program. I will wear it as soon as I get it. That's What's Next? COA@gmail.com.
That's correct.
Or apparently you can send in underwear, and I will wear them on my head. And that's that. Nobody gonna do that. Go ahead, put it on. What's it look like?
Well, I'm not good at dressing Barbie dolls. So.
We'll be right back with What's Next. Our guests tonight are Midnight Sun, two of the members of Midnight Sun, Gus and Matt, and Laurita of Laurita The Mischief. Stay tuned, because that's
What's Next.
Are you constantly living with dysfunction in your life? If so, there's help. Neo Zoe, New Life Through Balanced Living, is a very unique holistic wellness company that's here to help you preserve a healthy balance and eliminate any dysfunction. We use an individual approach through nutrition, massage, and various other holistic practices. You can restore your optimal health and a healthy lifestyle. Visit us on the web at neozoe.com or call us at 732-713-0123.
Well, welcome back to What's Next. Our guest this evening will kick things off. All right, I think we'll kick things off with these fine dressed gentlemen this evening. We have Gus Vitali?
Yes, Gus Vitali.
Vitali, there you go. And Matt DiGiovanni from Midnight Sun.
Thank you.
Thank you, man, for making the trip.
Thanks for having us.
Now, you came from where, Matt?
I came from Jackson.
Jackson? And you came from Doylestown, PA, you were
Doylestown,
saying?
Pennsylvania, Buckingham, PA.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how did you guys wind up in Midnight Sun together, which is a how many piece band?
Right now we're 7. We're probably going to grow to 10 eventually.
You're going to grow to 10?
Yes.
All right, what are the pieces now?
Well, we have keyboard, guitar, bass, drums, lead vocalist, and a percussionist.
Okay.
And I think I left somebody out.
We're actually getting ready to have a
Oh, sax
trombone
player.
player and a saxophone player. Matt wanted to leave me out, but
I
that's all
didn't,
right.
it wasn't
okay.
intentional.
It's okay.
40 is slip.
So, how did this band come together, Midnight Sun? I mean, obviously, you guys are from totally different ends of the earth.
Well,
Okay, Pennsylvania, New Jersey.
Right, but we had played in a band, a band we met 2 years ago. And the two of us always spoke about having a band that's like a corporate show type band that's really going to blow people away. And we kept searching for the right musicians to make this band. And right now we got the guys, and it's happening. Gus did a lot of work getting it all together, piecing it together. And we want to get dressed up, we want to look good, we want to sound good. And, you know, we're just about there right now.
Okay. So, when you put it together, what kind of music? What are we doing?
Well, what we had, like you said, what we did was actually turned around and we took a bunch of seasoned collected musicians that we played before, various musicians. We wanted to bring back in today's time something nostalgic that would actually turn around and go back into the days of love and the days of where music had some type of meaning. Not that music doesn't have meaning today, but in the era of the people where we could turn around and say, perfect example, Cool and the Gang, Marvin Gaye, Tammy Terrell, when the world was trying to get together still with love, when there was different things that happened. And then we realized that we wanted to be where we loved this type of music and band and entertainers, where we could turn around and put something together where people would come in, sit down, enjoy music. And the band is called Midnight Sun TTL, which is true to life. So,
I like that.
Yeah.
thank you.
And the music, we want people to feel good about it. We want them to be able to sing along to the songs that we do, so we choose certain songs. And we want them to be able to move their feet, to dance, and just, when they leave our show, they feel good.
Yeah.
We go out into the audience and get them involved, and, you know, it's just not a concert, it's not about us. It's about the music, it's about the people, it's like one unified group when we play. And we've got the audience involved with us, and the band, and it's a very nice experience.
Yeah, it's a band that wants to make sure that when everyone there touches their heart. It takes them away from the everyday stresses of what he is, but it's still the great artists and people of the years that actually we grew up in. The men that are together are all from inner city Trenton, which actually some of the men played with Clifford Adams from Cool and the Gang and Tower of Power and different things. And they're men that are very serious.
Did you see our poster over there when you walked in?
No, I did not, because as
Our good friend Michael Ray from Cool and the Gang.
Yeah.
Trenton guy, he's been in here, there it is.
there
He's
he
been
is.
in here several times.
Michael's a fine gentleman.
Oh, yeah.
Fine,
Yeah.
Tom. So what we did is most of the men, as you notice, we've played together. I played with the bands of Reminisce, and we played with the definitely bands of. We actually played with Fernando Aragon from Santana and Cool and the Gang and Sly and the Stone. So a lot of the men right now is where men that are fortunate enough that have accomplished certain things in life. So we do this for the love of entertaining for people, and we're very articulate in the fact of, I guess probably for ourselves, we're bringing back the times when we had love and where somebody could hold a lady, someone will play music, we are not your average band where we just go out and play. The financial stability of it is not the important part. It's more than the entertainment part.
I'm in a very large band, as we're a 10-piece band myself, so
Right.
I get it, you
Right.
know. Doing pretty much what you guys are talking about. But, okay, so first of all right, where do you guys play? Where is your home base of operation, and how far out do you go?
We will actually travel. I myself, before I put this band together with the other groups, actually put it together from various on. We played all the way in Florida. We played in Carolina. We put this band together now. This band is mostly a band from Trenton. We are playing at Havanas. We play at a lot of corporate and private events. We're actually playing at the, matter of fact, Freddie's Tavern, a gentleman that took it over from Bud's. So we play for a lot of private parties right now for lawyers and doctors and different persons. Like right now, we'll be paying for the Dr. Chet and Shaw at a very big party. So we do a lot of corporate work right now. Because our band is more of an event entertaining band, and a lot of the venues in here are more concerned in having a different style band into their establishment instead of having a collective professional musician type situation. And I don't want to say that in disrespect. Everyone has their own feeling in music. We have gone to the place where we want to entertain, be polished musicians, going back to the 60s. We like our choreography part of things. We like to dress up, as you see. We like to change each show.
Okay.
So we're more interested in, right now, we go up in New Hope, and they want us to play in New Hope, but it's mostly for the chambers, the events. Different people hire us from all over. We're booked for different events of the Knights, the Catholic charities. We do a lot of charity events. We did parades. We're mostly interested, like I said, we're groups like yourself in a big band where we've actually turned around and want to bring back true to life of the music where people can touch and actually feel the music of the love in their hearts, be happy with their young lady, reminisce the times when there wasn't maybe so much trouble, or the troubles were different in the world.
So, give us some examples of your material, like what songs?
Well, we do, perfect example. We do Joanna, we do Cool in the Gang, we do a lot of things.
Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye.
Al Green.
So a lot of soul and
Even-
rhythm
It's
and blues.
also
But even
from-
Hall and Oates.
Hall and Oates.
Okay.
We did
Hall and
Hall and
Oates.
Oates.
Santana.
Van Morrison.
Yeah. So we tailor our music to what the events that people want also. But mostly being that our group, and we call it Midnight Sun, Inner City Guys, and I'll tell you what, our group is, we're actually a mix of men, inner city men, that have all experienced the Motown life. We've experienced the jazz life of the recreation. I mean, we've just all turned 39 years old, so we're pretty fortunate that we've been in the era of when we watched Elvis Presley as children, and we went all the way up to watching Marvin Gaye, and then turning into Santana, and then Cool in the Gang, as you say.
Well, I'm about to celebrate the 16th anniversary of my 39th birthday.
So, and we were trying to give away age, as you notice. Matt has no
Knock it
hair,
in real slowly.
and Matt has no hair, and I have a little left.
But the beauty is that we're still doing it. We're still bringing this music out.
Yeah.
It's very
We wanna share
nostalgic.
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
we wanna
you
share
keep
it.
saying, well, you keep saying inner city guys. Did you grow up in Trenton?
Yes, I did.
There you go.
Matter of fact, which was
The
interesting,
truth is coming out now.
I grew up in Trenton, and I've always
What
loved-
section?
Well, it's Martin Luther King Boulevard, now it's Princeton
Okay,
Avenue.
so East Trenton, right?
And
North Trenton. North Trenton.
And what happened by the Battle Monument, and then at a age of life, we actually then moved to Ewing, but which was interesting. Everybody wants to know my age, but actually we moved in the 50s to Ewing Township. I've always music was the heart and soul of life. We played stickball, but we played stickball to a radio. We felt love when we all sat around and played music. As a musician yourself, there's a special connection to emotional harmonics of life that connects people through music. And that's what this band was actually started, because as we were kids, we would croon on the corners. Everybody who thought they were a singer maybe not been a singer. I took a saxophone player, so because I wasn't the singer. I could sing background, but they would say to me, the only background you want to sing is way background. But the issue is that those days of growing up as yourself, in the younger age, when you first heard Frankie Valli sing Ragdoll, and then you've heard Cool and the Gang come out, with Joanna, or Cool and the Gang came out with Too Hot, or any of their famous songs that they came out with, guess what? There was a connection of not just singing the music, feeling the music. So all of us being from that era, our drummer Chucky Holloway played all over with different men, Cool and the Gang. We've all interconnected over the years, and we've all played different types of music. And then we've come into the thing where, you know what? We're at our age where we want to bring the unity of people back together. And we don't want to give up our hearts and souls as we do in music. So we entertain as yourself, and there's nothing better than touching someone. And that's how we started the band. So instead of playing in a bar, we don't mind playing anywhere. We play down the shore in the Highlands and stuff. But when we play for people, they walk away feeling the music of their life of yesteryear. And like I said, we called the band, we let the gentleman of the name the band, and the TTL is we do everything as true to life as we can, within reason, without being a large band where people cannot afford, the venue. And a lot of times we'll play a venue for nothing. And we do a lot of charitable work to help people out, in orphanages and the Sunshine Foundation.
It's funny. It's funny how musicians. I never understood personally, just my personal preference. I never understood how, if you're playing at a charity event, I know of bands that would actually charge them to play at the charity event, and if you're not behind the charity you're playing at, and it's just a gig, why would you take money from something that was trying to make money?
Well,
For a good cause of some
yeah,
sort,
right.
we're not into that.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I'm doing a charity, if I'm asked to play an event that's for charity, say, case in point, maybe City of Angels here,
Right.
Okay, I know what they're trying to do, I know that they're a nonprofit, I know that they're all volunteer, I'm not gonna charge them.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So good for you guys. I like that
Just wanna
school of
give
thought.
back.
Well, like we said, we're fortunate, and like, let's face it, all of us men, will probably say this, we've hit the age of where we are fortunate enough to turn, I'm trying to be politically correct, guys, we're in a new world today.
Why?
Well, actually, to be honest with you,
I
the
didn't say that.
the youngest member in the band is 60 years old. So all of us men are retired, have business, semi-retired.
Is that you?
I'm not retired yet.
No, it's not that time. Matt's the youngest one.
I was gonna say.
That's the youngest
Gotta
one.
be.
So that's why I said, go ahead and tell your age.
Age is only a number.
That's right.
Yours is unlisted.
That's
I see
right.
that.
So the point is, all of us men, like Clifford Adams, Ray, we have learned to communicate through music. And most of musicians are very emotional. And the emotions of music, this band there's many emotions of inner cities. Grew up in Trenton. I was a North Trenton man. So guess what? When I played the saxophone, and when we had the drummers, there's no thought. When we were kids, our parents were poor. We did have good old plastic tubs, My uncle was in Dembski's music. I had a saxophone that, God bless me, I was playing that somebody else had. So we learned the unity of music through compassion of life. And that's what this band's about.
I was going to say, how important is that of a message for you to convey to not only the people who are coming to your events, but to like today's youth, so to speak?
What actually helps today's youth, because if you look at things in today's youth, we're in a very troubled society. And no matter what it is, people levitate to music. If you look at the world and you want to tell how the world's emotions was or feeling. Take the top 10 songs or 12 songs of the year, and it'll actually tell you, if you take apart the songs, and the message will tell you some of the different emotions in the troubled society of today. We have a lot of young people that actually come out and love because we're interactive with them. And so when you say has today, we bring them into yesterday, and they feel good because our music is now telling them that there was hope, there was love. You can read the song, we sing Ball of Confusion. Listen to the words of Ball of Confusion. Look into We Are Family. When we play that, the crowd's unbelievable. There's a connection in the chaotic world. We're not just a band, we're on a mission. We're men that are, we're not even a band, we're actually a family of musicians that all have a different piece of life that we put into our music to help people.
There you go. You guys have websites?
Yes, we
Yeah.
do.
What are they?
We have
Social
Facebook.
media? Get it out there.
Yeah, definitely. Facebook.com, Midnight Sun TTL, ReverbNation.com, Midnight Sun TTL, bandmix.com/Midnight Sun TTL. Everything's out there. All the dates are there, some sound clips. We're getting the video clips out there. They're not there yet, but they'll be out there shortly.
Okay, and what do you have coming up? You know,
We're doing a big Cinco de Mayo party at Freddy's Tavern. It's going to be a big
in
one.
West Trenton, Railroad Avenue?
Yep, well, Railroad Avenue.
Okay.
River Avenue,
West Trenton.
West Trenton.
Yes.
Say it right.
First of all, it's funny as you say, as a musician yourself in a big band, and when you said something that I was going to tell you, is music is through harmonics. And harmonics, the music is never lost, it has a feeling, so no matter what. I myself am a very emotional man, and I do many things for Robert Wood Johnson and help, and I've been fortunate enough to do that. But children of today, I think, it's not like children, actually children and young adults are looking for something to feel good. And through music and through music therapy, not only are we looking at today's children to turn around and bring them into connection to see the light through some type of rhythm or beat, but us as adults in a world that we are looking at is a lot different than where we came from, and change is good, which is phenomenal. But like I said, the mission of the band, and we thank you for coming here, is actually mostly to make a connection for ourselves, to show the love where we came from, and also to bring the people into for that night, if we can get them to reminisce that life is good, our hearts are filled, and go home, and we'll be able to struggle tomorrow. We'll make it because the music is phenomenal.
Yeah, one of the songs that we do is called Love Train by the OJs. We get so many people involved in that song. You know, another song we do is Having a Party. We get everybody standing up, singing, and just everybody's interacting, and they feel good. And just like what Gus is saying.
Before I let you guys go, I'm going to tell you a very quick story. When you said we're having a party, it just brought to mind about feeling good. One of the greatest, as far as I'm concerned, one of the greatest, nicest, sweetest men I've ever had the pleasure to meet in music and actually perform with was Gary U.S. Bonds. Okay, so we're doing a tribute to Sam Cooke, and Gary, of course, was the last guy on. We had Sarah Dash from LaBelle, she's a Trenton girl.
Yes.
You know, we had a bunch of Eric Miller's Candlelight Concerts for Epilepsy, great stuff. So at the rehearsal, Gary comes in the morning and he says, his two songs were Change Is Gonna Come and We're Having a Party. So it was supposed to be we're having a party first and then Change Is Gonna Come last.
Right.
And I said to Gary, I said, you know, are you sure you want to do it that way? I said, I think we should end the night on a high note, you know, and do it Southside Johnny's way, just to get people, you know, going. Do it a cappella at first. And he looks at me and he's laughing because he knows, you know, Southside. He says, shh, he may show up. So he's sitting, he goes, I love Southside, Dad. And he goes, no, I'm going to do it this way. So lo and behold, we go through the whole night. Gary U.S. Bonds comes out onto the stage. And the way the stage was set up, the keyboard player over here, he couldn't see anybody else in the band because we were set up on the altar in a church
Okay.
at the Trinity Baptist Church or Methodist Church in Ewing,
Right.
across from
Sure.
the College of New Jersey.
Right.
State.
Right.
So we're set up there. Keyboard player can't see anybody. Guitar player and the bass player were over there, and the drummer was over here in the corner. I was the percussion guy that night. So all of a sudden, Gary turns around and says, and he talks to the crowd. He introduces a change is going to come. Well, I can see the keyboard player, nobody else can. The bass player can see me, but he can't see the keyboard player. The bass player was actually Doug Winbush of Living Color. He was the music director, right? So he's looking at me like, does the keyboard, because he switched up the order.
Right.
So I'm like, Gary. And then he turns around and he's like, what? I was like, you got that backwards. He said, I'm going to do this the opposite of the way I said this morning. I said, you mean you listen to me? Then he turns around and on the microphone and playing his day. He's like, this is called The Change is Going to Come. Maybe a little bit sooner than we think when I'm done arguing with this Caucasian back here. And the church was sold out. It was 300 some people. So he did that. Well, then when that was done, and you can YouTube it, go to Candlelight Concerts for Epilepsy, Gary U.S. Bonds, We're Having a Party. And it's turned it into like an 8-minute tune. But all you hear is an entire church, 300 and some people
Yeah.
singing,
We're having
and doing, when that's going on, Gary turned around and he winked at me, and I was cracking up. You can see it on
That's
the
what it's all
video.
about.
I was cracking up, and it's like, and exactly what it was all about. That place had such a feel-good vibe. That evening was one of the great. So I know where you guys are coming from. And to make, somebody asked me years ago when I was playing in a lot of cover band, why do you do it, man? You don't make that much money. You get the. See that what happened out there tonight? People dancing, singing. They had a blast. I said, that makes me feel good that they had a good time because of what I was doing. And it's a thing, you feed off each other. But, all right. Well, thank you, men, very much.
For having us.
Gus,
For having us. Appreciate it.
Matt,
Thank you.
Midnight Sun, look for them on, what are your websites again?
Facebook.com/Midnight Sun TTL, ReverbNation.com/Midnight Sun TTL, BadMix.com/Midnight Sun TTL. We hope to see you at one of our shows.
Perfect. All right, guys, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be back with, what's next, Mayor?
What's next?
What's next? We'll see you soon.
Since 1987, Monmouth Music has served the local music community of Red Bank from their location at 30 Monmouth Street in the center of historic downtown Red Bank, New Jersey. Owner-operated, Monmouth Music provides lessons of all levels, beginner through professional, as well as brand-name instruments and a repair service. For all of your musical needs, go to Monmouth Music. That's Monmouth Music, 30 Monmouth Street, Red Bank, New Jersey. All right, this is what's next now. I'm here again, Danny Coleman. I'm with a young lady who's got an interesting show that she has put together involving the Disney princesses, and her name is Theo Rivera. Hello, Theo. How are you?
Good. How are you?
We are fantastic.
Thank you for having me
Oh
here
no!
today.
Thank you for inviting us. Now, tell everybody about what you're doing here. Disney princesses.
Yeah, we're doing a Disney princess show. It's just for the children. I love to take entertain, and children are definitely a group that we definitely need to focus on for the sake of music. You know what I mean? And it's just something that's really near and dear to me. So I'm just doing it for the children. That's it.
Good. Man, that's a great reason. Well, so where are you from? You from Hamilton, or?
I was originally born in Queens, but I've been living in Hamilton my whole entire life for the most part.
All right, that's
So.
good. And you are involved with, well, we're here at the dance studio
Yes.
in Hamilton, and you're involved with Ellen Renee Sings, right?
Yes, Ellen Renee Productions.
And how did you meet Ellen?
It's funny because she actually started out as my voice teacher when I was a kid. And then as I got older and I, was growing into my own, finally after some work, and then she became my voice coach. So after a period of time, life happens. And then finally we just reconnected and she was just like, we should just go back into music again. And, now she helps me out and she's my manager and she believes in me and she takes care of me.
That's great to always have somebody like her in your corner.
Most definitely.
So why Disney princesses?
Well, Disney has always appealed to the masses, and Disney princesses are definitely something that's like the core of Disney. And I would have brought in, guys, but, that was a little bit harder to do in this case, and we just wanted to do something for kids. That's it.
Great. So did you grow up a fan? What's your favorite Disney movie?
Oh, that's really hard. What's funny? My favorite Disney movie is actually not Disney princess related. It's Lilo and Stitch.
Ah.
So
Experiment
go
626.
Figure. Yes, exactly.
Yes. Oh yeah. That's what my family calls me because that's actually my birthday. So they call
That's
me.
amazing.
They call me Experiment 626 sometimes. You, when you're up there, take us through what it's like because Disney puts some real top-notch vocalists
Oh yeah.
behind their voiceovers for their movies. So how do you prepare for something like that? Now, I have yet to hear you sing. Okay, but the reviews are in and they're all
Oh, thank you.
5-star reviews. So how do you prepare for something like that?
Well, the thing is that it's all a mental thing first. I mean, mind you, I'm very, very nervous as it is, but that's just something that comes along with any performance. I don't just do Disney, I do so many different things. But for Disney, I actually did some research and just listened to the original actors. Lea Salonga, who is a Broadway actress, she actually did Mulan. And it's just looking up to people like her, but then not necessarily copying her, but drawing inspiration from the original voice actresses and singers, and then incorporating my own style into it while still staying true to Disney, and just doing my own research and getting into character. That's it.
Great. Now, what's your favorite type of music? When you're bopping around at home before you go become a Disney princess, what are you listening to?
An array of things. I mean, I generally stick to show tunes like late at night just because there's so much, so much fun. But I can do I do a number of things. I toy around with opera from time to time.
Okay.
And, if I'm listening to the radio, like Spotify radio or something, then if something comes up, then I'll just challenge myself to that, whatever's on there, and just enjoy myself.
Great. So what can we expect here today at the dance studio?
We're just going to be expecting a lot of fun. I'm hoping that, when I look out into my audience, that the kids see some kind of magic that we're trying to put up for them. And I'm really just trying to, just be an inspiration, and then that's it.
Great.
So,
Well, we're going to let you go because I know you got to get ready and get into costume and so on and so forth. What are you doing after this? Anything big down the pike?
Probably just spend time with my family and unwind. That's really it. Maybe watch some Lilo and Stitch.
There you go, Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time, and best of luck
Thank
with
you.
the show. And thank you for being on What's Next.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be back.
And someday your rainbow will come smiling through. No matter how your heart is grieving, if you keep on believing, that you will come true. I would break my family's heart. Who is that girl I see staring straight back at me? When will my reflection someone I don't know?
If addiction, pain disorders, and mental health issues control your life, and you are ready for change, the Recovery Spot offers expert outpatient care for addiction, pain disorders, and mental health issues. We offer focused, high-quality treatment specifically designed for you. The Recovery Spot, we offer new hope for those suffering from pain and addiction. www.recoveryspotny.com. We're located in New York City.
All right, welcome back to What's Next, and our guest right now for this segment, he is a musician, a songwriter, a composer, a talented guy.
You're not supposed to laugh every time.
I'm laughing because I'm thinking there's like so much I could say. There's chicken patties.
I'll take
There's
that.
soup. He is Charles Laurita of Charles Laurita and the Mischief.
Thank you.
Now, for those of you who may or may not listen to Rock on Radio, my radio program, Charles and his drummer Will Sarver composed the theme music that you hear every Sunday night.
We did do that.
Right here on City of Angels Radio, COARadio.com, and just the man that did it. It's his fault, right there.
I'm so sorry. I apologize.
Now, in all fairness, I called him on a Friday night. I was like, dude, I need a theme song by Sunday. All right.
So it worked pretty well.
It does. People like it. They're like, cool theme song.
I don't think anyone's ever said that to me. Cool. People actually like it.
That's correct. Well, I like this.
Thank you.
This is your brand new CD, Interstellar Fortune Teller.
We wanted a long title. I wanted it to rhyme.
Okay.
That's what you get. That's what you pay for.
That was your two prerequisites to
Yes, those are the prerequisites for the album. Yeah.
It has to be long, it has to rhyme.
Yeah. That's usually everything that I do.
So, wow. So,
Wait, no.
now,
Roll credits.
that's it, we're done, Art.
Good night, everybody.
Told you, it's like eating soup with a fork.
Oh man. I'm trying. We're working our way up to like a chowder, so it's a little easier.
A little thicker.
Yeah.
Chunky soup.
Sure.
Getting
All
there.
right, see? This album, well, your first one, which is just self-titled, Charles Laurita and the Mischief, did very well.
Yeah, we were ecstatic with the reception from that.
Now, your second one took you a little longer to record.
It did.
And how's it doing?
It's also doing very well, which is great. Yes, incredibly excellent. Just because, not like a Peter Lorre excellent, but or whatever that. I don't know.
Simpson, eh?
I'll take. But it's
Mr. Burns.
yes, I think I got Peter Lorre from that. I'm sorry, I'm old.
Same guy.
But yes, it's done incredibly well, and I think a huge influx of it doing well has been our Facebook page just kind of blowing up out of nowhere, and it kind of with a new niche that we've been doing with a lot of the newer stuff that we've been recording and putting out, and we've been kind of getting fans from all over the world, which is great. And when we're doing that kind of stuff, because it's a lot of music from video game stuff, which is very fun and it's very nostalgic for a lot of people. And of course, a lot of people say, "Oh, that's kids stuff," and it's really not. But since we've kind of been putting a lot of that stuff out, we've been getting so many more followers from all around the world, and then we say, hey, if you like that, check out our own stuff. And you'd be surprised how many people have been either downloading or getting physical copies.
Oh, sure.
And it's been fantastic. So I'm very, very...
Very good marketing campaign.
I'm very thankful for that. So that is cool, because artists and musicians are nothing without fans.
Well...
or they'd be bored.
All right, I'm gonna take you all back on a trip through time. No. Charles and
My hair is smaller.
Your hair or mine?
Both. Well, I think we both went opposite ways. Mine got Continue the story.
Wow.
I like this. I want to stay.
Meanwhile, back at the Hall of Justice, Charles and I, you started out primarily playing cover music.
Yeah, we had the first iteration of any group that I was really in. It was well, I had my group in high school, which was kind of a blues rock thing, but then the main one, the three-piece meal, was it was just a kind of a blues group when it started, essentially, in the beginning.
But you yourself,
Me.
you,
Sorry, I
correct.
didn't say.
Not her,
Okay.
you.
I gotcha.
You yourself have varied influences.
Most definitely.
So it's funny when you go see Charles, Laurita, and they weren't Charles. You weren't Charles, Laurita, and Mischief.
It was just
band.
the Charles Laurita Trio.
Charles Laurita Trio or
The
Charles
CLT.
Laurita Band, right?
Yeah.
You would go out and see him do a funky version of Spice Girls,
Yeah.
Michael Jackson, classic rock hits.
I mean, we still do the Spice Girls.
The first time I ever saw these guys live, they totally blew me away because they did a version from the original Jungle Book of King Louie.
That was at the Jam for Life that year. I remember. I was 17.
Wow.
That was a long time ago.
I know.
Ugh.
You
That
wanna-
wasn't funny. I was sad.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. You can laugh. That's good.
He's 18 now.
He's wearing his Mario shirt,
I got
so
another.
you gotta
Well,
love it.
that's his thing. Now, whenever he goes on stage, he's actually dressed pretty calmly tonight. Usually, he's got the Van sneakers that match the.
Yeah, I kind of toned it down a little bit.
Always
but,
wears
I mean,
some sort of Marvel comic superhero T-shirt.
yeah, something like that. Now, remember the one night you flattered me, and we had a radio event, and I had an Incredible Hulk shirt on, and you had an Iron Man shirt that you specifically bought for me.
Just for you. That's
That
right.
means more than you know, because you specifically bought a shirt to wear in my presence.
And in the presence of 300 people at Cedar Gardens.
Yes. And we were all like, wow, look at this nerd.
Look at that old guy. What's that on his shirt?
No, that was awesome. That was like the coolest surprise. Because you came out and you had a jacket on, and you took it off, and I was like, oh, so we're playing that game.
See?
That's cool. I played.
And it was an Iron Man.
It was fabulous. I was so happy.
That's it. We'll
finally.
just cut the interview now because I was fabulous.
Yeah.
So-
Roll those credits.
Roll credits, that's right. But yeah, I mean, when you did that, you used to do things from Disney movies,
Yeah,
and you did video game music.
Yeah. We actually just brought the Jungle Book back.
Did
We
you?
brought it back with the full horn section.
Oh, that's a beautiful
So,
thing.
yes,
And
I'm
now-
very happy.
Now the Mischief is comprised of bass, drums, and three-piece horn section.
Yep.
Now, I'm going to tell you something. I don't know if I told you this or not. Do you remember the night at the St. in Asbury Park when you opened up for Flo?
I do remember that because I had a Lily Munster shirt on.
Correct.
There's that really cool picture of us.
See? And Charles, the guitar player from Flo, who was no slouch by any means.
He was awesome. I loved
Do
him.
you remember him right at the end when you announced your last song,
And
like
he came out and
screaming at
danced
the
and
top of
screaming?
his
Oh,
lungs?
yeah.
This is the best bleepity bleepity bleep guitar player I've ever seen, right? Points at you.
I love when people say horrible words to describe us, but like in a good way.
In a good way.
Yeah.
So
He was really cool.
when your set was over, I snuck out the side door, and one of my favorite sound men, Hinge.
I love Hinge.
Hinge.
He's the best.
Hinge. Actually, the Asbury Music Awards are
I think it's happening
tonight.
tonight.
As
They're
we
happening
speak.
right now.
Not as you're watching, but as we speak,
No.
because this is a recorded program.
Sorry. We're good.
Hinge actually got the award for best sound man. I
As
think,
he should.
last year or the year before. A couple
You know
years
why
ago.
he should? Because
Why?
he hugs me when he sees me.
He does,
And
he-
I don't get that.
Do you know what he told me out front of the St.?
I want to hug that boy.
Yes, he said
Good.
He goes, you sent these guys to us, didn't you? I
You
said,
did, you're
I
right.
said, yes, I did.
Yes,
He goes, this
all
is
right.
the best freaking young band I've ever seen. There are no bands that use horns at that age, let alone that well.
I didn't
He goes,
know
they're
about
amazing.
This. Why didn't you tell me? Why did you tell me this?
Because I wanted to
now?
save it, because I had a premonition that I would have a YouTube show as I give myself the Vulcan mind meld.
He's good.
Oh wait, sorry. Now I'm a lemon.
Yeah, I was like,
But and he's right.
wow, that
I
means
mean-
a lot coming from anybody.
I know you
Because-
met Chandler in high school.
Yeah,
right?
He was a senior when I was a freshman.
Okay, so now you and Chandler have been together from
Long time.
day one.
Yeah.
Chandler Scales, the sax player. So
Oh, yeah.
what made you want to incorporate? Because initially it was trombone and trumpet,
Yeah.
right? Well, Sean's been with you.
Sean is still there.
Sean
Too.
Joyce
He was from the
been with you from day one.
Generation 1 of
Right.
the Mischief.
So, and you write all the music. You write all the
Yeah.
horn parts. You write the.
I'm a crazy person, Danny. But I love it. I love what I do. And I mean, I think with anything I do, my big flaw with any kind of artsy project is I see exactly what I want my final product to be. And that's like a blessing and a curse. Because now it's like, oh, cool, this is what I'm going to make it to be. It's going to be awesome. I'm like, oh, this is what I'm going to make it to be. This is a lot of work. But that's fine because I love it's the whole thing of like, oh, it's not the destination, it's the journey. So the whole kind of working through it with anything is great. And I love that kind of stuff. I love being able to mold anything that I want into what I want it to be.
Now, speaking of mold,
That's what I smell.
This makes me nervous.
Yeah,
Where are you
I'm
going
worried.
with this?
you
No, don't put it on me.
you smell moldy. No,
I am, thank you.
Fight
Roll
moldy
credits
mildew.
again.
And for parting gifts, he gets Lysol. No, kills 99%. You get huge props and credits from me because you took a blank canvas and you molded it into a city. And you molded it into... Charles has a video, which we're going to show at the end, after this segment at some point.
It will never end.
It is called If I Ruled the World, which is off of your first disc.
First track from the first disc, yeah.
Which is a fantastic. The whole concept, it was just amazing. I you know what? I got to shake your hand because
Well, thank you.
it's done like a movie and it's set and it's just hokey enough where it's perfect.
Yeah.
You know?
It's actually funny we picked that song because I wasn't going to go with that song.
No?
And we were going to go, the last track on that disc is Madness, Sweet Madness, and then Chandler said, how about Rule the World? And I said, all right. And we went with that one, so it could have been completely different. But I always had that idea of that video just because I'm a big film buff, and I'm very into old film. And so I kind of wanted, music videos for me are an excuse to make movies. That's exactly, I mean, that's what it is. It's just fun.
So a lot of the movie was shot right in your living room.
Yeah.
Or dining room.
Yeah.
And you built a city complete with, I mean, to scale, and it looks like something you'd see like on the old Dr. Shock out of Philadelphia.
Yeah,
you know? And
yeah.
it's, I mean,
I like that
the
reference.
buildings have, you know, everything Charles. There's a Vans sneakers place. There's a Pete's Steakhouse.
You had a billboard.
I had
it. You had it was a DC in the morning, and it was
DC in the morning above the radio station.
Yep.
But you did all the movie tricks, you know, because in the video was your pet rat,
Yes.
Zelda.
Yeah.
And Zelda
My
the pet
father
rat.
named her. I'm not that much of a dweeb.
No, okay.
But I know it's okay. You can laugh.
Zelda the pet rat, and Zelda, through a series of events, which you'll all see in a minute.
Mad science. It's always mad science.
Right. Cracks me up. I mean, you do simple things that people have to watch for, like flammable gas, yet the scientists are smoking cigarettes.
Oh yeah, we
You know.
almost
Everybody smoked.
Almost everybody in the video smoked, and that was
I smoked.
Yeah,
I was in the video.
I had a cigarette, and I'm like very much against that. But I was like, you know what? When in Rome in the 50s.
Peer pressure.
But I remember it was so funny building that set though because I knew what I wanted it to look like, and my whole thing is Quentin Tarantino had a really cool quote, and he always said, "Don't go to film school, go to films," and I love that. Because I would always watch movies for inspiration. My big inspiration for that film, there's a Ray Harryhausen movie called The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. It's awesome. It's a giant lizard that attacks the city, and my original thought was going to be my turtle. My box turtle was going to attack the city. He's not trainable. He's a pet rock that eats and poops. So it's a little harder. It's I love the guy to death. He's my best bud since I was 8 years old, but it was just, when you have a rat's intelligence where they're 10 times easier to train than a dog, so much easier. So I remember having all of these pieces for these buildings that I printed and had and everything, and I had a pile on my dining room table, and I had my rat on my shoulder, and I'm like, here we go, and we just sat and we built that whole thing. When I say we, she sat for moral support, and I did all
and
the
built
hard
the whole
work.
thing. But you did all the movie tricks. You put a magnet
For all the
underneath
miniature
and
cars.
pulled the cars along, and you used the airplane and you put peanut butter inside the car,
Yeah,
so
we
the
put
rat
that
would go
everywhere.
lick it off and pick it up. And
Yeah, I mean,
oh my god!
And
it
the
was-
thing that was the hardest with that was what order to shoot stuff in, because I said, you know what, I'm going to film her doing things so then people can react to it rather than vice versa. Because then if we had people doing things, then I had to train her to do more specific things. But she was great. I mean, I clicker trained her for pretty much everything, and I mean, she learned so incredibly fast. But it was so fun to do a lot of movie tricks, like especially for continuity between the miniatures and then the live action parts. Like we had, an old car. It looked like it was pulled out of frame by her, and then it was stitched to a shot of her pulling an actual small car and eating it. And it was just a blast. I was so happy to get to do something like that. And there's always a way, because I had a non-existent budget for that. That whole set that I built, spoiler alert, that whole set cost about $25 of materials. That was it. Wow. That was it. And I remember it was me on the night of the Super Bowl. I was doing the mom thing where I was like, I only watch it for the commercials. So I had the commercials on, and then I would watch the commercials and take a break, and while the game was on, I was building the set, being the manliest man I could be.
and you are.
What?
You're above manly.
Oh, cool. What's above that? Yeah. I'll take the compliment.
Manlier.
Manlier. Thank you. So I was being manlier that evening, and I love being able to do something like that, because it's always that idea. My big influences are always it's thematically they're never musical people. They're never musicians. It's always people like Walt Disney and Stan Lee and Jim Henson and Ray Harryhausen and people like that, where they were really people who just made something out of nothing. I love that, and I love the whole idea of, they all have that same transcendental theme where it's always imagination is the best tool you ever work with, and I love that. And I always am kind of sad when I see younger people who don't have any sort of imagination or don't want to work with anything like that, because it's like, this is important. You can do anything with this. I never thought I'd build a little tiny city in my dining room and have you curse up a storm over top of it. I never thought that would happen.
No.
I was kidding. He's a saint.
That never happened.
Well, not the Saint Danny Coleman, the Bishop Danny Coleman.
The bishop. That's
Is that
right.
what it was?
I forgot to wear a hat.
I know, I saw. I was very proud of you. That's going to be your picture in my phone book now.
Get the picture of him in the leotards. It's even
Yes. No, I like.
Oh, really?
Yes.
The one I favored was, it looked like you were running down a hallway and happened to take a picture like really quick. You were just kind of like in mid stride and took a picture, and you looked very nervous, and I loved it. And that, if I ever get a tattoo,
It's gonna be that.
it's gonna be that. Anyway,
And where would you put
Where's
the
your
tattoo?
mother?
this is a free show. I'm not going into details, but if you guys after, whatever, it's fine. Am I fired? Do I have to leave?
No.
Okay.
No,
good.
art's in the way.
Okay.
Engineer art's in the way.
All right.
I got the door.
Don't let it hit you.
But because when you said about influences, enough about tattoos and naughty areas, enough more about me. But when you said about influences, it's always funny to talk about that, because a lot of people completely disregard who I have as influences. I had interviews for newspapers, and I remember saying that to a specific gentleman, and he said, "Oh, well, none of them play guitar, so we're putting down these people." And I was like, "But I don't want to do that, man." It was.
That wasn't me, was it?
Duh. No, it wasn't. No, you're a good boy, Dan.
That was a good day.
Yeah, that was the best.
I thought an interview was going to take about 25 minutes to a half hour. I was there for like 3.5 hours.
Yeah, we kept you there against your will.
That's okay. It was a good day.
But
I think I began the whole article with something like, interviewing these guys was like eating soup with a fork.
and then when we came to visit you after that article came out, we brought you
Brought me fried chicken or frozen chicken
patties,
patties,
and we brought you a can of soup with a fork.
and a can of soup with a fork.
Should have brought a straw. But that's too easy.
Yeah,
That's too easy. Should have just given you a can of soup and said good luck.
without the opener.
Yeah, good luck, pal.
Could've
But
nailed it.
you know what? I'm not a mean person.
No, I know you're
He'd
not.
be
You're
outside on a
benevolent.
curb.
Yeah, poor soup
You know,
can.
just getting it over.
We talked about all that, and I just want to say that there were 3 junctures in your career so far
Oh yeah.
that I've seen that I think, for me, as a fan of yours, not just
You're a fan of mine?
not just a friend, but a fan. See, I'm
No.
a fan.
Have a fan.
I'll take it.
See?
See?
You're not. You're my second biggest one.
Ooh.
The one in my bedroom. That's a
Yeah, circular.
is a big one.
How many blades?
5.
Okay. Well, that's a good one.
Thank you.
That's a good size one.
Has the pull string
It's a
too.
good size
Oh,
fan.
you bet.
See?
Actually, the fan in my room on the 2 pull strings, I have 2 rubber rats.
Nice.
There you go.
Because I am a mature adult.
Yes.
That's
Now, we have to say, before I go on to those 3 moments,
I do
shortly
wanna-
after the film that you guys are going to see, it's only about 5 minutes long, right? The whole
yeah,
thing?
5 to 7. It's in
5
there.
to something like that? Because you got the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
It's great. Don't stay tuned for this.
Please watch it.
And share it.
Please.
Shortly after you completed the film, Zelda passed away.
She did. It was horrible. Yeah. Rats die in very terrible ways. They have kind of short lives, but it's a shame. So it's kind of like, oh, the short time you have with them, it's like make it count. You know.
Have you purchased another?
I have not. No. I'm weird with animals
understand.
like that kind of
I
thing.
get it.
But she was my 6th one. She was my only female I had. All the others were males. So she was the smartest one.
Go figure.
Yeah, exactly. All the others were stubborn. They're like, no, I don't need to ask for directions or whatever we usually say.
Charles.
Rat directions.
Behind every good man is a better woman. And she stood on your, didn't she say she stood on your shoulder while you did everything?
She did.
There
So
you go.
under every good female rat is me. Is that weird? That's weird. Good night, everybody. Thank you. We're done here. I'm so sorry. What are we talking about?
The first time, because then I'm going to let you get out of here. First time I ever saw you, where I thought you really came into your own, was at that Jam for Life.
That was a while, yeah.
And you followed your teacher.
I did.
You followed Ernie White,
That's very true.
and you blew the room away.
Thank you.
And, I mean, people were just like, I saw Joel, I was the MC for that event.
You were? Yeah.
And I saw Joel's agape, so to speak.
Nice use of the gape.
The second time, you like the way I worked that in there?
Definitely did.
Yes, that was pretty good.
I went to Nottingham Junior High School
Likewise.
when it was a junior high school. See?
When it was a regular high school.
That's
That's it.
so, where I had word wealth, and I learned things like agape.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I can't use words like that. 'Cause
Why?
It gets weird.
You should write a song.
Let's get some junctures going here. What are we doing, Danny?
Then the second time I saw you come into your own was the first gig I saw you do a Mischief gig, and you did your original music. Something I pushed and pushed and pushed.
You were the one to get us to do that. Yeah, that was you.
You know, I want, come on.
That
And-
was an awesome night. We destroyed
Correct.
the fire code in that room. Like, I don't know if I'm proud to say that or if I should.
It was at the Divey, right?
No, the first one was at Cedar Gardens in the pub.
Oh, that's
In the
right.
pub
Yes,
was the
yes.
first one.
I was out in the hallway.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
one
yeah.
could get in. Poor Danny is
Couldn't
like,
get in.
yeah, you guys got to do it here, and then he couldn't even get in the room.
Your mom was at the door, like,
Yeah.
taking attendance, and she's like, no. I'm like, I can't get in there.
Yeah, we had the clicker that night. I think we had it in that little room, which the fire code I think was 56. We had like 113 people.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. That was
He's not kidding. There
No,
was,
that was-
in the
it was
hallway,
very cool.
I agree.
which
was
is
a-
good because that leads into the liquor store, so that was all right.
Yeah, it was the one time I ever went in a sports store because I got a baseball clicker to specifically use for that gig. And I was like, wow, look at all this masculinity. I didn't know what to do.
Wow.
So I was like, where's your clicky? And the guy knew what I meant.
At least you knew what you meant.
He was like, son, have you ever held a baseball? I said, no, I wanted to stay inside and paint when I was little.
Nice.
Charles, come play catch with your dad. No, I want to paint.
How'd that work out?
Well, now they have paintball.
Look at me now. Wow.
Well, now you have paintball.
It's like kind of both.
See? It's painting.
No,
and
actually,
sport.
contrary to popular belief, baseball's like the one sport that I know about thanks to my grandmother. Because she's very into. She's been watching the Yankees for like 400 years.
Oh, okay.
So
I didn't realize she doesn't look a day over
she's
350.
Yeah, she looks good for age. So, but anyway, that was a killer gig.
It was.
We had so much fun. That was great.
I don't know why the Divey came to mind, or the Ivy.
No, you said it right the first time. That's fine.
And then the third one was at your first CD release party.
Yeah, that was a blast.
You know, you guys were nervous.
Oh my God.
You didn't give yourselves enough credit.
And in which area? Because
Which area?
man, I didn't eat that entire day. I was horrified. I love playing on stage. Scares the hell out of me. absolutely, because it's just like a massive like social anxiety thing.
Which
And-
is why you always wear dark glasses.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
It keeps
Which is
you on
why
your
he's
game.
wearing them now.
I can't
It keeps
see
you on your
anything.
game when you're nervous. Like
It does.
that.
They're
It
also
does.
prescription for anyone at home. I'm not as cool as you think I am. I can see great with these.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
So what do you have? What do you have coming up?
Gig wise, music wise, anything?
Anything.
Anything
The
wise?
whole docket.
Oh God.
And what's your website so we can find it?
My website is charleslaurita.com, which is actually having an overhaul, and hopefully within the month will be made anew. And I've just been busting my rump, tookus, some other fun butt words, I don't know. I've been with graphics and things, because I just literally do everything. It's like a jack of all trades thing. So charleslaurita.com. We're on Facebook, which is Facebook/Laurita The Mischief, because they don't let me put the cool ampersand, and I don't like and. That doesn't. It's not what it is. It's too many letters.
No.
We're also on Instagram, which is Laurita The Mischief. We're on everything. Spotify, Bandcamp, maybe MySpace at some point.
MySpace.
Yeah, Friendster.
I heard about this new thing called Facebook, but I don't
Yeah.
want to give up my MySpace account just
I
yet.
was gonna say, yeah, I wouldn't.
I keep waiting for new music from you to pop on there, but
Where? Oh, on MySpace.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, on my older computer, which I access, it's a pull start. It's very. But anyway, yeah,
you put your foot on the keyboard.
Yeah.
Control Z.
Yeah, it's yeah. My tower's about this big. It's a Windows.
What DOS are you
95.
running now?
Yeah, MS.
Before that, there was an Etch-a-Sketch. Remember those?
Yeah, yeah. that's
MySpace
it.
is a lot harder on an Etch-a-Sketch.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's very difficult.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah. I think you asked one question this evening. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
The tangents, I love them.
I always compare in my mind whenever I interview you of the nights when Johnny Carson would interview either Robin Williams or Jonathan Winters or both. At the
That
same
is a
time.
major.
And he would just throw the pencil aside and just sit there and say, "No, go ahead."
That is a major compliment. I actually love that. Please. I need to fit my head through my shirt. It can't be any bigger than this.
Well, you know,
Would you like me to move over?
No, it's no. So that was a mold smell.
yes,
Oh, I'm so sorry.
yes.
Also, I've got to ask. I mean, what
Go
is
ahead.
it like having this much good hair on one couch?
All I know is, true story, him and our friend Sophia,
My
better
sister-
known as
my
Soph,
sister from another mister.
they were on my radio show one time. It was like we had, like those old hippie curtains with the beads. You had to part the hair to sit down.
Yeah, it was weird. It was
They
great.
discussed hair care products on air for about 15 minutes.
There you go.
I was jealous.
But we also, beside hair power,
She don't
we have
care.
Libra power.
We do have Libra power.
We have Libra power on this couch, too.
I think I had a hair bomb.
Sorry, I shed.
I shed. Oh, God. All right. Well,
But yeah, but in terms of actual projects besides our hair, I'm sorry, but
It's okay.
But I have a ton of new music. We are in planning for a new album at some point as well.
a third one.
Yes, I'd love to. We have I have so many songs, it's ridiculous, but that's a good thing, I think. We have tons of music videos in the pipeline at the moment,
Okay.
where we are working a whole lot, which is good.
I see you didn't renew my contract for any of them. I was thrown off the casting
Good
couch.
night, everybody.
We'll talk about it.
We'll see. I think I might have a couple things.
I have my agent.
He'll have his people contact your
My-
people.
yes.
There you go.
So he's gonna call me. That's what he means.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. I'll text you at 11:30 at night like I
That's
did
fine.
last night. Hey, Charles.
Hey, yeah.
I know you're awake. That's why.
I am. I'm up until I'm at the witching hour every evening just because I'm working on something.
He was texting me, I think it was like 2:30 in the morning. We're like, no, I just got home. Yeah, me too.
It's the most creative time.
It
really
is.
Usually.
I always say that because that's I work on everything. I was made for a video that I'm working on, which is going to be entirely comprised of rod puppets. Which
Oh, I
essentially,
see.
so it's you have your Muppets, where it's a marionette puppet, where it's one of these, and then you have Rod puppets, where there's no hand up the bum kind of thing. 'Cause I always feel so bad for Kermit. I love him to death, but it's just like, man,
He's constipated all the time,
oh,
isn't
I
he?
can't even imagine. But anyway, besides that, I was working when one of the nights you were texting me. I was working on Rod puppets that I'm making for a video, which is
Okay.
going to be awesome. The whole thing, and it's all movie
Excellent.
magic, stuff like that. So.
Well, stick around because you're going to see Charles's video, If I Ruled the World. Look close, you'll see me in that.
Really? Unless it's the edited one.
Yeah, maybe.
Too much profanity.
Oh. No!
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh.
Sorry, that was me.
Oh. But
Get us confused.
I see.
this is just try to pay attention, and if not, just go to YouTube. They can find it there,
Yes.
right?
We have
If
we have
I-
a couple music videos up there now.
Okay. What else you have up there?
We have a music video for 2 more from our first album. Actually, I think we went right in order too, because we had one for On Monday, which is fun, and that was in the style of. This was a really weird one, but it was in the style of the VHS tape that they watch in the ring, which was a lot of fun to
Okay.
make. That was cool because that video we shot. I slowed the song down to 50%, and I had everyone air guitar to this really slow song, and then we sped up the footage. So it's very weird, unsettling frame rate, which was kind of neat.
Excellent.
It was, yeah, oh boy, was it. And then we had one for Make It Burn, which was kind of like more of a micro-sized music video. It wasn't anything super crazily extravagant, but there are multiple of me in the video, so that was a lot of fun. Because, who wouldn't want...
To be in a video with you.
Yeah, I was doing a video with myself. It was awesome.
I don't understand why you even bother asking anybody else.
I don't know, but I'm happy that guy left, because 2 of that,
How do you hit pause?
you don't.
Oh, okay.
You let it
Just
keep
let it
going.
roll.
Yeah.
Just let it roll.
Two of me was a little much to fathom, but
That's okay. Split screen. You can argue with yourself.
no, God, no. It would never end.
Have like half your hair on one, half your hair.
That's kind of what I have right now,
There
isn't
you
it?
go.
Yes.
Wow. All right, everybody. Charles, thank you, buddy.
Thank you very much, Dave.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be back with If I Ruled the World from Charles, Laurita, and The Mischief. That's what's next.
could say I gave it my best try. Wait till the paper's here, I know that the world will be the day they lose the one man who could fly. Well, if I could fly, I would rule the world. Everyone on earth were bound to me, yeah. Oh.
Wow, what a show that was, I must say.
It was funny.
I must say, yes. Well, we had the guys from the Midnight Sun who truly have the meaning of music at heart. You know, they wanted to use their music to make people happy, and check them out. They said their websites a bazillion times. Midnight Sun. Matt and Gus, say thank you to them. And we had Charles Laurita of Charles Laurita The Mischief. And it's still like eating soup with a fork.
That it is.
You've never been exposed to Charles, huh?
No, it was my first time.
Oh, there you go. And
I don't think I'll ever be the same again.
Charles is one of the most talented musicians I know, and I've been a big supporter of his career from day one. So makes me happy to see things going good for him. Tune in next week. Oh, no, actually, though, Art, there is no next week. I'm on vacation. So we're going to take the next couple of weeks off, and we're going to come back bigger, stronger, faster.
Brand new season.
with a brand new season of What's Next with Danny Coleman and
Maryann Castello.
And who knows what that will entail. But I know this much. There will be road trips. There will be things that I'm not even sure I really want to commit myself to, but you'll be watching them here on from the COA studios in Hightstown, New Jersey. What's Next? So we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Bye.
fight the fight, well, she can try in her own right. say everything will be just fine.